Good evening. You're watching the Illinois Gender Advocates Today IGA Today show on CAN TV Channel 21. The IGA exists to bring equality and prosperity to transgender individuals and our allies through public education, networking, and government petition. Thank you for joining us. We are pleased to have Olivia Connor, BEAL Chair, and later in the program we'll have Katie Thomas, the Vendor Coordinator for this year's BEAL Conference in Chicago. And that's who we have on our show today. We are going to be learning about the history of the conference and what it has in store for us this year. Thanks for joining us today, Olivia.
Oh, I'm glad to be here.
So before we discuss some details about this year's conference, could you share a little bit about what your involvement in the conference has been through its history?
Well, through its history, the conference is actually going into its 29th year. 29 years. Now, I haven't certainly been with it for 29 years because I'm not that old. But no, actually, we as a Chicago-based organization took the BL over right around 10 years ago. It used to be run by an organization called TRIS, which was kind of a national organization, and they would have it every 5 years. Chicago would get the opportunity, so it would volley between 5 different cities in Chicago. And basically, what happened was that they were faltering a little bit back in right around 2000, 2001. And they came to us, and I was actually associated with Chicago Gender Society at that point. But they came to us because we had some money in the bank, and we had some studio equipment that we were starting to gather. And the TRIS people asked if we would help them out, which we certainly did. And after about 3 or 4 years of doing this, because it was then a joint venture between Chicago Gender Society and Chi Chapter, the Chicago area, we decided to just kind of break away and do this solely on our own. And we became our own entity in a 501c3. And so we've been running with that for right around 7 years now. And the conference has been wonderful. It's been a great experience for so many people. And this year we're having it on May 31st through June 5th.
So what can people expect from the main areas of the conference this year?
Well, you know, nothing changes in these conferences that drastically. All the conferences that travel throughout the United States or that are in different areas of the United States, they all kind of run the same vein. You know, it's certainly educational and it's social. And we, as the BL Conference, we have all of that going. We have seminars that start on Thursday. Actually, the conference starts on a Tuesday, and it runs through Sunday checkout at the hotel. And typically what happens with most of the conferences throughout the country is that they start their seminars, which are educational. And those usually start on Thursday and run through Saturday evening. And then typically we do a lot of off-site events on a social level. We take people this year. In fact, we're going to the Brookfield Zoo for a daytime activity, and then we're also going to Tommy Gunn's Garage, which is in Chicago. And then we do another off night, you know, on a Thursday night, which is at a club, a local club. And then we have a lot of in-house entertainment from that point on. Usually on Friday and Saturday, it's all in-house entertainment.
Would you mind telling us a little, like, what's typically some of the educational seminars with the people?
Oh, you know, the spectrum is so large on that. You know, we go anywhere from basic wig care or basic makeup all the way through gender reassignment surgery. So we have people who come in and talk just about wig care and, you know, compartment and things like that. And then we have doctors and surgeons that come in from all over the country. And, you know, most of those, the more serious, as I like to call them, the more serious seminars really kind of fall on Friday and Saturday. So for those people who really want to go down that path, you know, those would be the key days to do that. And this year, one other thing that we have incorporated in the conference for a lot of the local people is that we are doing one-day packages for the seminars. So years ago, you know, we always had a certain amount of money that a person would have to spend to get into the conferences, and we've altered that this year so that if somebody wanted to come in for just a Thursday seminar or all-day Thursday or all-day Friday or all-day Saturday, they could do that, and it's very affordable. It ranges like from $30 to $35, so it's really an easy thing for a lot of people to accomplish.
Great, thank you. So what are some of the things you're most excited about this particular year's conference?
I'm actually excited about June 6th when it'll be over. No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing. We all look forward to it. Actually, one of the things that we're really excited about this year is our keynote speaker. Every year we always have a keynote speaker. Some conferences have keynote speakers throughout their entire conference. They may have them, 2 or 3 of them. We've always kind of focused on just one keynote speaker, and this year we're having Chaz Bono.
Oh, really?
Who is, obviously, as most people know, Cher's daughter. And, but Cher's daughter has now transitioned to be male, and it's all over the news waves, and he's written a book. He's a wonderful person, so he's going to be our keynote speaker, and he's winding up a book tour, and so he'll be doing some book signing at the same time. We're really excited. And the one question that came to me from the producers was that, is it all right if his mother comes? And I said, absolutely, but don't take that. Please, it's not going to happen. So,
where can people find out information about the Be All?
The information is really easy to get a hold of. Just go to www.beall.org. Our webpage is up and running. Registration is running. The location of the conference this year will be in Downers Grove, and everything is spelled out on the webpage. It's going to be a magnificent, as usual, conference. The facilities that we have in Downers Grove are just absolutely beautiful. The seminar space is so professional, and the hotel itself is wonderful. So please, if you have any questions on it, please call in. And if you really want to kind of pursue, this part of your life, if that be the case, certainly it's so educational, it's so empowering for you. So certainly try and make plans to get there.
Well, thanks very much, Olivia.
No problem.
I think we'll have Katie join us in just a moment. So I'd like to welcome Katie Thomas.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you again, Jimmy.
Yeah, good to see you too. So why don't you tell us a little about your history with the conference and how you got involved? And
my history with the conference kind of coincides with me coming out, so to speak, to the into the transgender community. It goes back about 11 years, and I was very interested in learning all I could about this, call it a condition, whatever you will, and very enthused about it. And there was a conference, I believe I was in the group a year, and then we had the Be All conference, so I volunteered, and I guess the opening that I had was for vendor, managing the vendor coordination, so I did that, and 10 years later I'm still doing it. We have people that can style a wig, if you have, whether it be your own wig or you want to be fitted with a new wig. You can get a manicure, a pedicure. You can come in as a boy and go out as a girl if you want. I mean, it's the whole 9 yards. In addition, we have several surgeons that talk, and they not only do their presentations as presenters, but then they also are in the vendor area, so you can do one-on-one consultations and get a good idea what it might cost you if you are looking at the more serious things like facial feminization surgery and that sort of thing. But again, you can find out that you don't have to spend a fortune on a wig. That many of our vendors have a very good quality product, and at a very reasonable price, and which is the way it is today anyway. If you don't have good quality products, you don't last in the market, and most of our vendors have been with us 7, 8, 9, 10 years. So our customers, our attendees know them, and actually it's a big social event too, because you see people year after year and have a lot of nice relationships, and so it's a fun deal. I'm nervous and busy up until the start of it, but once it starts, then it's kind of just like a 4 or 5 day party.
Great, wonderful. Mm-hmm. Do you have scholarships for people who might not be able to afford?
We do have some, and it's listed on our webpage as far as how to apply and the consideration. And you have to send in, give us a little description of why you need help, and we do our best to help you. And we realized last year that we're not getting a lot of local girls because we're selling these packages on the internet, and we get attendance from literally all over the world. We've had girls from Britain, from New Zealand, Fiji, just all Alaska. So we've had attendees everywhere, but we felt we were lacking in the Chicago area. So we realized that we got a home base that we should really try and explore. So we put together single-day packages, and we hope it's going to bring in many more local girls. And Also, it'll just help sustain the conference better. And again, reach out to our sisters who can also support our local vendors.
So if somebody were to come in for one day, what would that day look like, do you think?
You could come in. You may want to see specific presenters. So, of course, we have a little handout that's really handy. It lists all the things for the 4 days. And within that, you can pick the things you want to do on a certain day. So you come in that day, you may come in and see presenters, and then you can have lunch, and you can go to the vendor presentation area, and there's an area there's plenty of room to sit and have a coffee or a Coke or what have you, socialize with the other girls, and also because the vendor area is relatively compact and the way it's laid out, you get to see all these vendors and the various products they have, and it gives you a chance to look around and compare and come back to what you really like.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the vendors are all incredible outreaching people, and I'm so proud of the fact that over all these years we've never had a complaint about a vendor. They don't jack up their prices, they don't treat you badly, they want to make you comfortable so you can enjoy who you really are.
Great. Mm-hmm. And could you tell us a little more about some of the social events that
the social events, well, as Olivia had mentioned, I think we're doing Tommy Gunn's Garage this year. Last year we did an architectural boat tour downtown, which was a wonderful event, really enjoyed by our girls. I think last year we also did Drury Lane. Unfortunately, they're on hiatus this year, right at the time of the convention. And again, it's not this year, but this is some of the type things we do. And the Brookfield Zoo trip, which, Brookfield is one of the best zoos in the country, probably in one or two rating. So it's nice to be able to come to Chicago and get exposed to all these things. And Millennium Park is fabulous if you want to make a trip down there. And we have world-class shopping at the Oak Brook Shopping Center. We have Yorktown Shopping Center. So if you don't want to stay on the property, as beautiful as it is, there's great shopping all around. DSW Shoe Warehouse and Nordstrom's Rack, all right down the street. So it's a great location. And again, even if it's a day trip or more, you can really enjoy yourself in the area. It's very nice. And yet it's not a downtown parking hassle.
Right.
As much as I love Chicago, paying $25 to park is kind of tough.
Actually, I was wondering if there was any way for spouses to be involved.
Spouses are totally invited to all things. Completely. We are a very open conference, and we stress that point that spouses or significant others are totally welcome in all areas. There's nothing that you will ever see at our conference that would embarrass your spouse.
Great. And is there usually some kind of big closing gala? Or?
The big closing gala is Saturday night, and it's really a fabulous event. If you have ever dreamed, we watched the Academy Awards and the red carpet. Honestly, kids, we have a red carpet. And we have the paparazzi taking pictures, and you get out of a limo, which brings you over there. And if you don't feel like a Hollywood starlet that night, I guess you never will. But it's really a wonderful thing. And a couple of years ago, when it was on our 25th, we had a fireworks show as well. It was just spectacular. And the girls all look lovely in the gowns and cocktail dresses and such, and the limos. It really makes you feel like a special girl that night. It's wonderful.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you.
So, as I mentioned, we'll be here the third Friday of next month, and you can visit the Illinois Gender Advocates website at http://www.genderadvocates, that's GENDERADVOCATES.org. Also, please consider becoming an IGA member. We hope you can join us again next month for another important topic of information and education for the transgender community.
The BL conference will be at the Downers Grove Doubletree Hotel at Butterfield Road and Interstate 355. And it's a conference for transgender people, both male to female and female to male, to help them explore, to find out who you are. And it's a situation that troubles many people, and we try and provide some of those answers and help all that we can in that regard, so you can enjoy your life and live as who you really want to be.
Thanks again.
Thank you.